name is Casey Walters. I attend Palm Beach Lakes High School, and today me and my colleague will be representing the students at West High School. And I will be handling issue 1, which is whether or not students' First Amendment rights were violated when the school official published a new dress code. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question. How would you feel if your school officials violated your First Amendment rights? You couldn't express yourself or protest against what you believe was an injustice. Well, this is exactly what happened at West High School. Over spring break, school officials decided to change the dress code, banning all clothing with messages and slogans, and not consider any of the students' input or their financial situation. Even though clothing is a form of expression for us students, they still went and implemented these laws, which is a violation of Florida Statute 1006.67, which gives school board the authority to set dress code, but also requires that these rules respect students' rights. And if any of these rules break students' rights, for example, freedom of expression or freedom of speech, they cannot be implemented. At the end of this case, we ask that you look verdict in favor of the students, and that the punishment that was put upon the students be removed, and a policy be put in place so the students could have a representative at every school board meeting. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this case is not just about dress code. It's about fairness, free expression, and the rights that's given upon each student. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emily Aguilera Cruz. I attend Palm Beach Lakes High School. My colleague and I will be representing West High School. I will be handling issue 1, which is whether students' rights were violated when West High School implemented a new dress code policy that prohibited clothing with messages on it. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is about protection. Protection put in place to ensure safety of the students and preserve a stable learning environment. West High School implemented this dress code because of previous issues related to clothing and to ensure that student education is not disrupted. Florida Statute 1011.78 states that students are encouraged to focus on academics and express themselves through personality rather than clothing. Therefore, students' rights are not limited, they are encouraged. After hearing all of these facts, After hearing all of the facts that me and my colleague will say, we ask you to return a verdict in favor of the school.
Hello, my name is Andrea Pirelli. I will be handling issue 2, where students' First Amendment rights violated by school officials when they discipline students for staging a walkout to protest the school's new dress code. I will be in favor for the students. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is not about students wanting to wear inappropriate things to school. It's about students expressing their God-given rights to self-expression and freedom of speech and, of course, right to protest. These students were only following in our founding fathers' footsteps. As Thomas Jefferson once said, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion must become duty. Over spring break, this high school became tyrannical. They installed a new dress code that banned essentially all clothing with words on it, with no student input, completely going over the students. The students felt they had no voice as the school completely stepped over student government and did the only thing they could, protest, and they were punished for this. The Declaration of Independence says that when any form of government becomes destructive, people have the right to alter or abolish it. These students were only following that. Furthermore, in Article 1, Section 4 of the Constitution, it says that no law shall be passed to negate freedom of speech, was exactly what the school was doing. I ask you to return a verdict in favor of the students, not just because of the students and for this school, but because of the president that you will set. This case is about freedom of speech and upholding the rights that we value as a nation. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Barbara Seshu. I attend Palm Beach Lakes High School, and I will be representing West High School. I will be addressing issue 2, which is whether disciplining students for staging a walkout violated their First Amendment rights. This case is about protection. Protection put in place to ensure the safety of the students and to preserve a stable learning environment. The facts of this case is simple. The evidence will show that on the first day back from spring break, the school warned the students on a robocall stating that walking out will result in consequences. However, the student disregarded this warning and walked out, causing a major disruption as half the student body was left their instruction time and lunchtime. According to Tinker versus DeMoore, student free expression is protected unless it disrupts the learning environment. This walkout removed half the population, which from instruction time and lunchtime, therefore resulting in a huge campus disruption. Florida Statute 1000.09 states schools have the authority to enforce discipline. The school gave the same punishment that any student would receive while walking out of school. Therefore, this is not an act to disregard students' right to protest, but however, it was to ensure the safety of the students. Therefore, for these reasons, after hearing all the evidence, we ask you to return a verdict in favor of the school. Thank you.